Actually, I was like liking the show. At first, I didn't even knew what was the name of the show, and after like some years, I was like walking around the city and I'm looking at the papers, and there is this TV show. They had like own magazine, so I knew had to. Mother, go ahead and buy me this magazine because I want to watch. And these magazines were including like DVDs.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 92. I had to look at my notes to remember. I'm sorry. Fireside Fetty. It's where we talk to random and interesting people from around the Fediverse. Because I always forget, I'm going to front load this. If you enjoy the show, please don't hesitate to boost, like, any kind of interaction is how data actually spreads throughout the Fediverse. And I want to help promote people in communities around the Fediverse, and that is the best way still. So, welcome. And with me today is Madiator2011. The only thing that's on Madiator's profile is Runpod tech support. Madiator is primarily on Blue Sky. Also does have is it a Mastodon? Oh, hang on 1 second. They can't hear you. I thought I logged you. Oh, it disconnected. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, there you go. So I'm sorry. So you have not a Mastodon. What is it called?
It was Bonfire. It is like Bonfire Social. I mean, I found this project like randomly and decided maybe it's going to be that this time the best place because before I self-hosted like Mastodon, but let's say I didn't really like how the things are implemented over there.
Okay. No, that's totally fair. And that's the power of free and open source software, right? And that's awesome.
So actually, I have like multiple Fediverse accounts, and I was like migrating from one to another, and at the same time, I was like testing all of this migration stuff, like which is sometimes amazing.
I'm gonna see is okay. So part of the emoji wall's working. I'll come back to that. I'll worry about that later. But yeah, no, I've definitely seen you. In the Linux world, we would normally call it a distro hopper. I guess Fedi hopper is not probably the best word. Self-hosting hopper, because it's not just Fediverse. You've hosted a lot of self-hosting things, right?
I mean, this is like how do I call it? It's like the first is starting as hoblabbing, then it's going to be more and more. Yeah. You're going to jumping out. There is another open source project you want to try. Maybe this is going to cool, and then you start like building whole library of stuff you want. And by this, you can really find sometimes really obscure projects.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that again with Linux, that's the best way that I've found new and interesting stuff. But before we get into, because I want to talk about how you got into doing all of that. Always with the show, the first question is, how did you get to where you're at today?
That is interesting questions.
Good. Let's hear
but how do I say probably the best thing that overly got me like into IT, computer, and AI technology is a old TV show. I'm not sure if you ever heard about Code Lyoko.
What is it called?
Code Lyoko. It's about a group of kids that found abandoned factory with supercomputer.
No,
and they go and they going into virtual 3D world to fight evil AI.
Code Lyoko. Lyoko.
Yeah, it's like it's from 2004.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what this is from. Okay. Hang on. Let me show this. I've never heard of this. I don't know if anyone else has ever heard of this, and that's interesting. So were you a kid at this time and you got into Code Lyoko, and that's what?
Actually, I was like liking the show. At first, I didn't even knew what was the name of the show, And after like some years, I was like walking around the city and I'm looking at the papers, and there is this TV show. They had like own magazine, so I knew had to, mother, go ahead and buy me this magazine because I want to watch. And these magazines were including like DVDs, so it was like I was playing the 3 episodes on that one single DVD like over and over.
Okay. That
Then
kind
when
of
I got like my PC, I was able to finally like watch whole series
have
fully.
have you I mean that's so it sounds like you're a bit younger than me, but have you heard of VR Troopers?
mm, I think they doing the blog posts. Is it some kind of blog post?
No, so there was so when in the United States when Power Rangers in the 90s blew up and became a huge thing, other companies were trying to cash in on it, and they had this cast of 3 ninjas that in the real world they were regular kids, and then they would jump into the VR world and they would have to fight different things. And that's I thought it was going to be like that, but
Actually, for that, not yet. But there was like similar show called Reboot.
oh, I loved Reboot. Yeah. God, but Reboot, when was Reboot on? That was the 90s.
I mean, actually, there is now 2 reboots because you have like this old animated one,
That's the
and
one I loved, yeah.
the Netflix also decided to do their own live action version of the reboot.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it wasn't that bad, but maybe too short for me.
I haven't watched that one, so I don't know anything about it. Like
Yeah, I know, because usually when you hear something that Netflix is going to do adaptation or something, usually it's end up with like crap.
yeah, and well, and it's just going to get canceled, right? Let's be
Yeah,
honest. They're just going to cancel it anyway, so at this point I'm like
yeah.
it's not even
So if you see that show is being canceled, that means that is good show.
yeah. But then you don't want to watch it, so it's like you're stuck between, the 2 places. Um Okay, that's awesome though. All right, love that. So Code Lyoko was on, and can I ask roughly how old you were? You a small kid? Were you a teenager? Were you in your 20s and just liked
I
it?
would say it's probably like something between 8 and 10 years old.
Okay, okay, and it really hooked you.
Yeah, it was something that I really enjoyed. And to be funny, I wasn't like really fan of these 4 kids that are jumping to the digital world, but I
Yeah,
was impressed by one character that was Jeremy, which is like computer net. He was like always study a lot. He was like perfect student,
okay.
like I would say. And he was the role of like commander. He has to take care of the supercomputer, to send everyone to Lyoko, to guide them how to do things.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of this whatsoever. So if anyone's ever heard of this, let me know in the chat. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up because I still to this day like Reboot. The graphics don't hold up, but it's nostalgic to me.
So the funny thing about this show is like it was one of the first one that connected 2D animation with 3D CGI.
Whoa.
Yes, it was one of these first.
I wrote it down. I'm definitely gonna look at that up.
Because in this side, the Earth action is happening as a 2D animation, and all fights in Lyoko are 3D animated. I mean, sadly, it wasn't Blender; it was Maya.
We have to throw that out there, right? Because Blender dumbass is in the chat, so of course he would ask. But probably today, I mean, I would say that Blender has made incredible lengths to get into standard places. So there's a good chance it would actually be Blender. But you found Code Lyoko when you were young, and this ignited a passion in you.
Yeah, it was about more like I really like this idea concept of something like
Mm-hmm.
virtual. So this is, for example, why I spend now a lot of time inside of virtual reality, like over here right now.
Well, and I want to come back to it, but for those of the audio version, Madiator, I'm just gonna go by Madiator if that's okay, instead
Yeah.
of just the whole 2011. But Madiator is in a We don't see Madiator. We see as Madiator put it, a fursona. It is an avatar, but there's a specific word I know that people on Twitch use, but it is a mechanized dragon wearing a cowboy hat. Is that what it is?
Actually, it's a little bit of like my personal design concept. So it's called like OC character, original character.
Origin character, OC character,
Original, like
character. Oh, okay.
self-created
Yeah.
design, and then I commissioned to someone to kind of make a 3D model of this.
Yeah, that's. I mean, and how do you have stuff on that it's tracking your hands and your face and your movement and everything?
I mean, yes, it has like these Vizimis. So if you see, I do not have like a tongue tracker attached.
That's it. VTuber. Yeah, that's it. That's it. VTuber. Thank you.
But yeah, for hands, I have like Valve Index controllers.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
That is awesome. I love that. That is so cool. But okay, so what have you, because I know that you are big on self-hosting software. We briefly talked about that. But what got you into that? So you find Code Lyoko, you really like this idea of the leader of the group protecting all these people, leading them into Lyoko. And then how do you make that jump from that to, running your own bonfire, your own matrix, running web servers for other people?
So actually, in this case, it kind of started a little bit when I got the Raspberry Pi in my hand myself.
Okay. And what did you? So which Raspberry Pi?
I think it was either 2 or third one. Do not remember exactly the model.
Okay, so quite a while ago.
And it was kind of funny thing because I was like playing around, trying to figure out what to run on it. And this is a little bit how I also end up with the library.
Oh, that's right, library, and that's how you. That's actually how you meant Blender. Do you want to talk about library?
But let me start a little bit more.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
To move the story a little bit forward. So when I was like doing this Raspberry stuff, I was looking at the alternative for YouTube's. And I've seen like DigiBeachTube, these other crypto alternatives, but any of them didn't really like fit me. Then I find out library that was actually doing something. I know you had to download the application. So for many people, it's like, no, I want everything in the browser.
Yep.
So many people were like avoiding this. And for me, it was actually, hey, I'm installing app and I'm actually doing something. I'm downloading something. I can see the data flowing and not like just watching some random in browser. Because in browser, you do not know if there is a true decentralization or not.
Well, and you never own anything, right? And I used to be that way too, where early in the days of the internet, I didn't want an application to install. I just wanted to go to a website and run what I wanted to run. And then I realized the privacy ramifications. And now, I'm swinging back the other way. We're like, stop giving me freaking web apps for everything. I literally today was on Expedia's website and it's like, our phone app is better than the website. Go download that. And I'm just like, why don't you invest more into your website then, you jerks?
But in this case, it's a little bit of more understanding that limitation of what web browser can do. That was the days that we didn't have like WebRTC technology for like peer-to-peer communication.
Yeah.
So most of the applications that were like claiming, hey, we are super private, we are super decentralized, most of the time it was lie attached to some shitty crypto tokens.
Oh yeah, and when that's honestly was the warning sign for me with libraries when they created their own library token, and I understand their desire to have a funding model that would have worked for them, and they were trying it, but a lot of us were like, this isn't the way. And you go look at library, I don't even know if it's still really around. Is it?
It is. It's still working. Though there are some things that there is like some failure points that need to be addressed, but this is something that I'm doing my side job.
Oh, wait. So you're creating like library content, or you're working on
Basically,
library itself?
for some time I was like working with the library.
Okay.
So let me tell you, this is like a little bit of funny story. So
Yeah.
going back to this Raspberry Pi
Hmm.
stuff, so I was like thinking, hey, I want to watch library on TV, and there was like no TV application. There wasn't
Yeah.
like really Android application.
Yeah.
So then I look like over there, and ooh, there is Raspberry Pi. And I was like getting this Raspberry Pi. I was trying to figure out because the SDK was built for only
Hmm.
64 bits, 32 bits CPUs.
Yeah.
So I had to like multiple tries how to like compile the SDK first to ARM architecture, and then compile the desktop application itself.
Right.
And it
Okay.
wasn't easy, and there was no days where we have like Cloud, Gemini, or OpenAI. There wasn't there wasn't
What?
thing like this. Yeah,
Never.
it was that.
Yeah.
So one time I was able to kind of finally figure out. I got like full application running, and then one time the community manager of library, Julia Sigwart, reached out to me and say, "Hey, maybe you want to submit your project to our funding program."
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, because they had like program for sponsoring like community members.
And they're still going. They're still sponsoring things.
No, no, no. Sadly, Library Inc. is like gone.
Okay. That's
Like
yeah.
full library ecosystem is right now in community hands.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that I had thought that. I don't even know if library coin is a thing anymore, but I remember when
Probably right now it's like have zero values because you
yeah.
probably can't even trade it. So it's now restricted like technology and just like proof of concept. Or
Hmm.
I mean, the Odyssey still kind of powers it, relays on it, but what I'm hearing is that they want to move to other crypto coin to like manage the platform.
Yeah, that'll solve all the problems.
But I'm saying that even if Library Inc. now died, the application still works.
Yeah.
It has some low points that if they gone that would cause the issues, but the whole platform itself works. So this is
Interesting.
actually cool.
Well, no, and that's I
Just
mean, it was built on free and open source software. They completely released it,
Yeah,
right?
I
It
mean
was its
everything
own
is
protocol.
on the mid license, so
Oh, okay.
you can fork it, you can make
Yeah.
it ping.
Yeah, and as long as folks are interested in keeping it going, the community can keep it going. That's one thing that's so great about it, which it again attracted a lot of us alternative free and open source freedom of platform kind of folks, and at the start of it was very interesting and intriguing, and we saw it as an alternative to things like YouTube, right? And
So actually, funny thing is that before there was library, I was like kind of saying that the PeerTube is not decentralized, and what is now what I've ended up, I'm running on my instance like fully professional with all email settings, YouTube imports. So
so you still think that PeerTube is not decentralized?
I mean, it's not decentralized the same way as the library, but it's good enough.
It's good. Okay, I was gonna say this is going up here too. I hope it's okay. But what?
I mean, on the PeerTube, you don't really have like decentralization unless you, for example, set up redundancy of the video files.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying then. Yeah.
By default, it's like only videos you upload on your instance, they are going to be staying over there and they're
Right.
not going to move.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, people can download them, but you can turn that off too. There are still other ways, but the fact is that if someone wants to watch, even if I have a peer two platform and Madiator has one, and Madiator puts his video up on his, when I go to mine to watch his, it's pulling it from yours. So that's the difference that you're indicating, right?
Yeah, but also the administration of each peer-to-peer instance can set, so it's, for example, going to download the files from my server to
Right.
their server.
Yep.
So when the other user connects, they can see like from two servers at the same time.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Okay.
And every pair that is connecting, it's like adding this bandwidth,
Mm-hmm.
because the peer-to-peer itself, it's not like sharing blobs between the client and server.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing more like the server sends file to the peer, and if other peers join you, they getting also from server, but also from this other peer.
Right.
That's why you have this reduced bandwidth.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm kind I look at it a little bit differently than you, where I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people have a lot of questions about it, or don't like it for one reason or another. And at this point, it is, in my opinion, I don't want perfect to be the enemy of good. Like, it is not perfect by a long shot. It has a long way to go, but it is incredible that it works, and it works really well for what it is. The fact that it's not backed by a multi-trillion-dollar corporation, but it's just some of us hosting our own, and I think it's incredible, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But I totally understand where you're coming from. One of the things that I find interesting is something like library could eventually be made, should the community want it, could be made to talk activity pub, right? So it is possible in the future that library could be a member of the Fediverse. Sorry, my dog is barking because some people at our house. So anyway, we'll keep going the best we can.
I would say in this case, it's a little bit tricky to kind of make them talk to each others, because it's like two different languages. So you probably would need some kind of like bridge service between of them. Similar how you can like federate between AT protocol that runs Blue Sky and the activity pub.
Sorry. Our friends are here and they're coming in the door, and the dog's been trying to get out of the house lately. So, um, but interestingly enough, so I mean, and this is an interesting. The next question is kind of related to that, but is on a bit of a different vein. Is because you're a tester of technology, you try out different platforms and things. You actually also have a Blue Sky, and that's where you said you are normally found. So why Blue Sky? Is it just because that is, one of the stable softwares that you have, or why are you interested in that and that you're on that?
So actually, I'm on like dedicated self-hosted
Mm-hmm.
PDS instance.
Yeah.
So I'm not using the mainstream, because on every platform that is like federated things, the issue is that they always promote, "Hey, join our flagship instance."
Yeah.
And what kind of federation decentralization it gives you? No, you're just
Yeah.
going to random centralized point. So this is,
Mm-hmm.
for example, when it comes to, for example, Matrix, I'm saying, if you can find someone who can host some home server and invite you, instead of like joining to matrix.org. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that matrix.org is bad, but yeah,
Well,
if
no.
everyone goes to this flagship instance, it's they're going to be having issue.
Yeah.
And even if you join by free, you need to understand that it's also like incur the cost for the administration.
No, and we've actually seen matrix.org move to a model where they're like, we have to we have to start limiting people on the amount of attachments they have, the amount of data that they download, because they just don't have the money and the storage space for it. And a lot of folks got very upset about it, and they're like, well, this is the reality. This is why it's open source, because we want the network to diversify. We don't want everyone to be on matrix.org. I have a lot of folks in my community that keep like, well, when are you moving yours? I was like, I don't know. I got enough going on personally.
I'm not sure
But
if you even can like really move the rooms from one home server to another.
I don't think you can, but you can repoint them. So if someone would go to one room, then it would come up and say, this room is no longer used. Click this button and it goes to the other room. And like, I would think that that's fine. I would probably keep the rooms on matrix.org, but I would, just have my own personal account on a different one.
I mean, for mine, it's not really a problem. I have like made so the Element team actually released so you can set up like Kubernetes based home server.
Just saw that. Yeah.
So my home server is running on this ESS, and I have like nice it was actually great, because one time on the channel I've suggested them, hey, can we get like some at least basic admin dashboard for management? And what they did, like 1-2 weeks later, we got admin dashboard for this ESS. So you can like manage, invite user, creates codes, and you don't need to really touch terminal.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I have never used Kubernetes itself. I've used Docker
I
and
I was the same
OpenShift.
thing, but I was like, so Docker is probably the most easier option for everyone to deploy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you want to scale a little bit, it's getting like problematic, and sometimes
Yes.
thinking about, hey, Synapse is announcing upgrading the Postgres SQL database.
Well,
And what if I mess up something
and
during migration?
if you want to target, if you really want to target corporate America or corporations around the world, a lot of them have been moving to some kind of Kubernetes clusters, right? OpenShift being a very large one, and Matrix does want to do this, and they have a big backing with. Oh, anyway. So I think it's an interesting move and it's a smart move. Cameo, yeah. um, but yeah, I found that really interesting. So I haven't used Blue Sky itself. I have an account. Do posts through Fedica, which handles all of my posts to all of the other platforms. Two questions are, I mean, if that is your primary location, even though it is a PDS, right, it is still yours. Do you have any like privacy concerns about it, or um, do you consider it a part of the Fediverse, which is always an interesting topic to have amongst us nerds?
So I would say that in current internet, when you post something on the internet, you basically do not have any privacy. So on any platform you're going to end up, you just don't post things that you wouldn't say in public.
Yeah, okay, that's
Because
fair.
if you post on Mastodon, you're going to post on Blue Sky, you're going to post on Threads, or put the
Mm-hmm.
name of the platform in here,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be private.
Okay.
And for private discussion, you can have like, for example, Matrix, when you can be sure that you can use encryption and yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you know that end-to-end direct messaging is coming to the Fediverse? Bonfire and Emissary are two of the first ones that are implementing it.
So actually, right now I've kind of switched to this. Okay, so there is like this PSD
Mm-hmm.
that they implemented a really interesting feature, because the Blue Sky has like direct messages integrated,
Mm-hmm.
but these direct messages are not encrypted.
Right.
And there is like project called Solidity Network or something like this. And they made like fork of the Blue Sky that is still talking with this protocol, but the direct messages are kind of like used over Matrix protocol. So you're actually getting the Blue
Interesting.
Sky account, and at the same
Yeah.
time you're getting Matrix. account, so you can even reach. I even tried send it to myself from my home server to their server, and it actually worked.
Oh, that's interesting. But you still only use one like web interface that you log into, and your direct messages are then routed through Matrix.
Yes, but you can also log in through any Matrix client.
Oh,
So I can log in via Element. I can log
okay.
in Fluffy Chat.
Yeah, interesting. I'll have to look into that. I hadn't heard about that.
Though sadly, what I'm kind of a little bit disappointed, the software is not yet source public.
Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, are they
They need to earn something. They need to pay the bill for the server.
are they planning on going open source with it? I, sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Shrug. I love your persona doing the shrug. That's cool. I like that. So
No, it's actually me doing Shrek.
so yeah, no, I know you are shrugging because you have to do it because it tracks you, but I think that's really cool. I'm always amazed by those. I'm easily amused though, I think. So it could just be that. Uh so for the is the sword a real is the sword a real object? I'm guessing. Oh my gosh, it is.
It is.
Oh wow. And you
Let
can
me
move
move
the
the camera.
camera around.
Yes.
Wait, where'd the So your hand just turned into a gigantic like
Yes.
Final Fantasy cloud sword. That's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. That is so cool. Oh, that
Oh,
blows my mind. So for the controversial topic, do you feel that like where do you stand on the whole Blue Sky versus Fediverse or Blue Sky is Fediverse thing? It is the anime show.
they both things can coexist.
I,
and
yeah.
and I can host both Blue Sky and I can host myself Fediverse, and there is like even dedicated bridge services that tries
Mm-hmm.
to like connect people together.
Yeah. I've talked to the Betty Bridge guys before, and even they are on the page of at the end of the day, we don't really care. Like the end goal is that so no one has to think, well, I'm on this platform and you're on that platform. So one of us has to make an account on the other platform. It's like, no, we should be able to move freely amongst all of them and all interconnect and be able to all talk. And regardless of which one it is, Blue Sky or Activity Pub, there will be something next. And as long as they can all talk, I think we all end up winning that.
So what is like the biggest problem right now is how do you move like you whole
Mm-hmm.
Discord group to things like Matrix?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's you can't. It's
People
impossible.
are
And
tend to be comfortable and they picking something, and it's really hard to get them to move. So this is why, for example, things
it,
like bridges on Matrix, you can like even set puppeting stuff, which
well,
is
and
also amazing.
it's and I've talked to enough people. They talk about the network effect. So for each person that goes there, it's not just double. It's like 10 times the amount of weight essentially you're lifting. Because even if someone is highly invested in your community, you've brought them into that platform, and that platform has so many other networks that they cross pollinate between
So
those.
actually, when it comes to the even the Matrix, so I
Mm,
actually had
hmm.
success, and it's mostly because one of my UK friends, you know how this whole situation about age verification that is going on in
Oh
UK.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so they had to like
everywhere.
first to like migrate to something else. So I did gave them account on the home on my home server,
Hmm.
but in the end they went up and set up their own home server for their friends.
Nice. Well, and that's going to be, in my opinion, the way to do it. Oh, it's number of users squared. Okay, thank you, Eclexic. Yeah, I don't have a clue. Oh boy, everyone, you can get AI viewers by going to a website I'm not going to name because Twitch, you are awful. That person.
Bots, you are not allowed on the stream.
It's I stream over there. Um yeah, so if anyone wants to watch on Twitch, you can. Also YouTube. I do stream on YouTube. But yeah. Anyway. So, but no, I think that is the real answer to all of this. Like, I know a lot of folks are upset about the age verification thing. When it comes to things like social networks, if I'm running my own social network for myself and my family, I have verified my age with the person that's running the social network, me, and I know my kids are doing it. So I have solved this problem. The other problem that comes in though is how do you connect to other people? And that's again comes down to the network effect that we have to help people get over. You don't have to give Discord your information, but you have to accept that there's going to be a whole new way to do this if you're willing. So it's, which way do you want to handle it? Age verification will force kids to learn hacking. I mean, you're not wrong. They will, not even kids, but folks in general will find ways around all of these systems. So it is I don't know if it is the right step, but I am happy to see that governments are now finally attempting to take some kind of action.
So I would say like the most people that are running in the government, no matter what country, are usually old people that
Yeah.
do not really understand how like things
Yep.
moving, how everything is going.
Yep.
If you start to adding new things, kids now will look at the alternatives.
Yeah.
And it's not really solving the problem. It only makes painful for everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because right, so I'm even surprised, like at my age it was like normal to know how to unzip file, how to install crack
Yeah.
on for software, and right now it's like they do not even know. And uncle, come to me and help me, I had to reinstall Windows for 20 times because I've installed something wrong. And
But and I know that we look at that as like, oh, kids today don't know how to open up a command line, or like back in my day, I didn't have
it's
the
not about the
internet.
command line, it's just like basic
It,
understand how computer works, how to solve anything, how to find out what you need.
but
And now
we
they rely on the free Gemini AI.
but this is how innovation works. This is how progression works. None of us, I mean, I when I was a teenager, I had to work on my car and change my oil. Now that I'm an adult, I pay someone to do it because my time is more valuable than doing it myself. But also, I now have an electric car. I literally can't do it. So, like, things move forward. Whereas my dad, like, his only choice was to work on his car. And so, this is a natural progression of things. I'm not excited about it. I will teach my kids how to do, basic maintenance of things, but also phones and stuff are terrible that you don't have a choice. But there gets to be a point where, society has kind of moved on from needing to do that. I don't know if I'm relaying my information. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and it's like, has society really changed, or are we just at the point where we're just old man shaking our fists? And I mean, I know I'm an old man shaking my fist, but vast majority of my friends, even growing up, had no idea how their computers worked. So I don't really know if it really is all that different. Um, and when it comes to I am not a fan of a lot. I'm not a fan of it replacing any kind of creative. But I can tell you that it's also
So
not great at
maybe let so
creativity.
maybe let me tell you what is like
Yeah,
my stance again
yeah.
about the AI. It's like thinking it's the case that is going on since like first Photoshop came out, and the people that were doing like photography
Mm-hmm.
were like saying, no, we're going to lose our job because in Photoshop you can just like select and edit images. And they were like, no. But did the photography die? Not really.
Yeah.
With about AI, it's like they trying to create like something cool. Like we have like, because we have like different type of AI. We have like used for automation. We have like generative AI, which is
Hmm.
probably the most hated one, and we
Yes.
have like language models,
Yes.
which I think maybe only automation and the language models are one of the useful one.
Yes.
But AI itself, it's just a tool,
Yes.
and it's up to us user to decide how we're going to use.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you sing another cappuccina ballerina or something like this on the internet, it's like because the user think it's funny and just trashing it over. At least good news that Sora is going out.
And well, and I've seen my kids have watched some YouTube videos of things that are wholly AI generated. And while I 100% disagree with the way that they're trained, um, that wouldn't exist without the technology there. Like I remember watching The Dancing Baby when it was released. I don't know if you know that one. It was like,
Not really, but I'm saying like at the beginning, it was a
yeah,
little funny because the images were like imperfect,
yeah.
caricatural. The
Now
videos
it's
were like a bit
scary.
like with this eating spaghetti video,
Oh,
and
yeah, the Will Smith.
and now it's going to be like really obscure. It's causing it's great quality, but at what price? We
Yes.
getting like companies. You know that they suing the RAM companies,
Yep.
the big three,
Yep.
Micron,
Yep.
Samsung, and I don't remember the last one. Because now
Uh,
apparently the customers are not good enough for them.
yes.
So
Yeah, they're leveraging their it's not a duopoly, it's not a triopoly. I don't remember what there's a specific word, but um yeah, they're leveraging it against even companies like Valve, right? And
So I would saying that this
cartel's a good word.
hardware shortage is not really caused by AI, just by like greediness, which is like happening everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Everything, every subscription service is like increasing prices. I'm curious, if you type in search engine price increase, how many services is going to show they increase the price? Probably Spotify, YouTube, Netflix,
Oh
and
yeah.
they just going up and never going down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time, and like you, I think that it is an incredible tool. It has some amazing use cases, but it has so many more awful things that people are trying to shove it into.
So for example, the like really great use case, it's for example, I really like to use it for analyzing the code to kind of better
Yes.
understanding. So then I can like start over and, for example, implement some fixes.
Yeah.
So this is like, for example, one tool that helps me a little bit of with working on some library stuff.
Yeah. No, and
Because
I.
I know people are really mad that if you use AI for code, and I understand all open source programmers that getting like
Mhm.
flooded with 100 PR requests for fixing typo in README.
Yeah, no, that's and the automated workflows of stuff
Yeah.
going in. I think that that is a project by project decision to be made. But anyone that is attempting to just hook up AI to your code base and send you
No. So I'm
fixes
saying
and things, that's
AI
not.
AI is a tool. It's
Yes.
not
Yes.
something that you should be
Yeah.
letting go and ride
No,
on its
huh?
own and accept everything is going to be magically just works. No.
It's all just better. Yeah. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And it's interesting to see because the most vocal groups are either AI is going to change the world or AI is going to destroy the world. And anyone that's been around long enough knows it is somewhere in between. I think that there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and the people that
So
are pushing for these and are in charge are probably the least trustful
Uh,
ones to
so
be doing
actually,
this.
the funny fact is that I work like for a company a little bit related to AI.
Uh-oh.
You check on my blue sky the name Runpod.
Yeah. So what is that?
So it's like a GPU renting company. So we like offer GPUs to everyone. Anyone can like rent GPUs to run the AI models,
Okay.
different workloads, and they only pay like for the time they're using.
Mm-hmm.
So so basically, what it's allow you to do, like for example, on OpenAI, you need to pay like fee, you need to pay per tokens or something like this,
Yeah.
and you need to rely that they basically proceed all of your information with secrecy and full privacy,
Yeah.
which is lie,
That's
unless you pay probably a lot of them for them.
well, and I don't. I mean, we're gonna find out in time, but the internet, to
Uh,
access the internet, it used to be charged by the minute, right? During dial-up, I lived through that era, and then eventually it got to the point where AOL was offering you CDs with 10 million minutes per month or
I
whatever,
mean,
and
on
it.
my age, it was like I didn't have like for a while the internet, and then there was
Mhm.
cable TV with internet.
Oh yeah, okay. So you jump straight to cable. So yeah, that's yeah. You
Yeah,
didn't
but
have to worry
friend of
about that.
mine from junior school had like this dial-up, so you had to like phone
Yeah,
number. Beep, 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 beep.
yeah, yeah. No, and it's going to be interesting to see, and I think that the consumer PC market is definitely going to go through a very rough time. Uh, but when people see that there's money to be made, someone is going to go back after the PC consumer market, and it's going to change. It's going to evolve. It's not going anywhere, especially with console makers doing what they're doing, and I think.
Oh my god, just tell me. I just like reading about this like whole Sony situation. I am the fan of like Sony because I have like PS2, PS3,
Hmm.
and the PS5 and PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've bought it like for advance and kind of got into this pricing FOMO.
The last console I had was for myself was I think a PlayStation 2, and then I was just kind of done with consoles, and my kids wanted a Switch, and I told them no, but my parents bought them a Switch, so they have a Switch. But yeah, the console stuff is just too much control.
Actually, the funny thing about the gaming consoles now, uh, everyone was like at first telling the Nintendo is shitty. They selling like digital games with the plastic waste, and now everyone apologizing to the Nintendo after what Sony did.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
no,
at
it's
least game
interesting.
parts was like physical, and
Eh,
Sony basically just wants to remove.
But
No, all I went you only can buy from PS Store.
but even looking at my kids' Switch, like they had a game. We didn't have any Wi-Fi, and we were somewhere, and they plugged in their game, and it said that it needed an update. And I'm like, how does it know it needs an update? And they're like, well, when we were at home, we plugged it in, and it said it needed an update. And it's like, but there's no internet. You literally can't play the game right now because it demands an update. So
Probably making checks, but most of the time, I think it should be letting you the option on the left. You just need to
no,
press and skip the update, and
it's
unless it's like system update, like the bigger one.
no, it was a game, it was a software update. Yeah, it was the game itself, but I don't know. We can keep talking again. I feel like such an old man. It's like back in my day, we had cartridges. I still have a lot of them. My Nintendo and my
Yeah,
SNES ones.
now that I have like so-called adult monies, I'm investing like with retro consoles. So I had like my recent purchase was like a Game Boy Advance SP, like this flip one.
Blender. So my kids are all in on Linux, and we have Linux computers all around the house. One's connected to the TV, so my son is literally over in the corner right now playing the new Lego Batman on Steam on a Linux computer. I won't.
So the funny thing is, actually yesterday, me and my friend finished. We did like 100%
Oh,
all
nice.
trophies.
Of the Lego Batman.
Yes, Lego Batman. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's so good. It's relaxing and fun, and yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
actually, you have the game that you can complete. You don't need to
Well,
worry about, hey, buy some nice costume for $600 or
yeah. Well, no, and one of the amazing things about Steam is you can share your libraries. So my mother-in-law actually bought the game for my kids, and I put it on my oldest son's library, and I can still play it on my account because you're allowed to share all of it. And like that's the way that it needs to be. I don't think it's only old man yells at AWS Kyle. There are a lot of people who never lived through. Yeah, yeah, I'm starting to see that too. I think again, a lot of people are just fed up with it. But anyway, now for the real reason I asked Madiator here is to give him an opportunity to win a prize of a lifetime. Since you're into self-hosting and privacy, our prize today is the Ghost in the Fediverse. Are you ready for the quiz, Madiator?
I didn't prepare for the quiz, but
That's fine. It's not serious, so don't even worry about it. All right. First question is favorite movie and why is it Spaceballs?
why it shouldn't be.
Well, what is your favorite movie? It doesn't have to be Spaceballs. That is my favorite movie, so I always tell everyone Spaceballs. What is your favorite movie?
Probably Sisters Act.
Sister Act? Okay.
Yeah, it's like this comedy where like
Yeah.
Las Vegas actress
Whoopi Goldberg.
goes into the troubles and hide in the church.
It's a classic. Yeah. Why is that your favorite movie?
It is like my really like comfort movie. I even have bought it on the physical media because
Nice.
you know
Okay.
because it's like warming. It has this nice classical style, great music,
Yeah.
and you can like rewatch it 9 times a day, and it didn't get you bored.
All right. That's a surprising one. That's good. Okay. Sister Act. Yeah, that was a great movie. All right, next question. Chat control, politician control, or privacy freedom?
We're not talking about the chat control. I have my home server, so I don't care.
Yeah. Well, out of those three, which would you pick? Chat control or politician control or privacy freedom?
Probably the third one.
Privacy freedom. Okay, why?
Because I do not like anyone like standing behind me, even if it's not like physical, and tell me what I have to do, what I can do.
All right.
I'm mature enough to know what I want to do.
And that's honestly kind of what I figured it would be. I couldn't think of a third one, so that was the best I had. So, all right, next question. And again, it's one of three. So, and I'm going to mispronounce these. So if you can help me, I would appreciate it. Ponchki Makoviec
Yet.
Cernik.
Only last one you mispronounce.
Oh, really? How do you pronounce that?
So what was the yours?
So is Ponchki, and you're saying I actually got that right?
Mm-hmm.
Makoviec
Makoviec, yeah.
Cernik.
Sernik.
Cernik. Okay. So out of those three, which would you pick?
Probably Makoviec.
Okay, so why Makovic?
Because it's like cake, but it has different structure.
Okay. I think
and it's not too sweet, not too like sour or
where's my I lost my window. I had a browser window here somewhere. I was gonna show folks, but I lost it. So go look up here, I can put it in chat. I love desserts. So all right. Next question is what does an alternate universe Madiator do?
Can you give me a moment?
Yeah, take your time.
Give me a second.
I know they're off the wall, weird, random questions, and sometimes people have told me that like this is like their nightmare, being put on the spot to have to hurry up and answer things. They're like, I didn't study yet. Sorry.
Okay, I'm back. Let me. So I guess in the alternative universe.
What was that? Okay. Oh, So in an alternate universe, you're Green Lantern.
Yeah, basically.
All right. I saw it go green, but I didn't catch the Green Lantern symbol on your chest until I looked at. Oh, that's cool, dude. That's so cool. I need to do that. All right. Well, I reached out to an alternate universe. I have an alternate universe phone. It changes from week to week. This week, for some reason, it's not at all because I just had this laying on my desk and didn't know what else to grab. It was a dime. So, reached out to an alternate universe, and unlike this one, the alternate universe Madiator is completely against any form of privacy. And he's so against privacy, he's actually a nudist, which apparently makes it very awkward when he's in the freezer section as his local grocery store. So there you go. Best of luck to him. Next question is white or red?
Wait, what?
White?
I didn't catch.
White or red?
Probably white,
Okay.
because it's clean, pureness, and kind of a little bit of calming. And if you set your monitor to white, every mosquito is going to fly there, and so you can kill them before going to sleep.
So apparently you don't like mosquitoes.
I do not know a person that likes. So one of the
That's
reasons to not go to the US, because the government plans to like release 1,000 mosquitoes.
They're genetically engineered mosquitoes, though. But yeah. Okay, I like that because it is purity. Yeah, I looked. So the Polish flag is actually white and red, and the white stands for peace. So that is very on brand. That makes sense. All right. And as usual, the last question will be sent to you telepathically. Take your time, and once you get the telepathic message, just give me your answer once you think of it. Okay, I think it should work, even though you're a mechanical dragon. Is that what you're going for? I don't know.
It's more lizard.
Okay, mechanical lizard. Okay, all right. You ready for the question?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here comes. And there's your telepathic question. So take your time and let me know when you have an answer. It's a very difficult question.
Yes, I have her in real life.
Really? All right, sounds good. All right. Well, congratulations. You got every you got every answer either correct or incorrect. Good job. Unfortunately, when we went to get you the Ghost in the Fediverse, the Ghostbusters had already gotten there first. And when asked, someone said, "Well, who are you going to call?" So there you go.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yeah. I just recently watched Ghostbusters, the first one, with my kids, and they loved it. And it's still such an amazing movie. It holds up really well. So go watch Ghostbusters, everyone. But anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Madiator, thank you so much.
Let me show you one more cool thing.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Let's see.
I'm going to switch up to smooth POV.
What is... There's like a gray line in front of your face, though. Is that part of the mask?
Oh, probably, yeah, it's clipping through.
Oh, okay. Dude, that's
but
crazy.
I'm curious if I...
Well,
I can have like camera over it.
Well, and this is one of the actual uses of like AI that I want to get to. Is I want a VR headset.
This is not AI; it's a VR.
No. Yeah, no, I know that. But what I want is Darkstalkers. Love that game. I remember it from forever ago. I was a teenager going to a bowling alley to play Darkstalkers.
I was kind of curious. I was kind of trying to show you because right now what I'm saying, it's also seeing your screen.
Really? I don't see that. I see like the floor right now. And you're looking around the room.
Okay, let me do it like this. I'm going to switch up because right now I also have like way to kind of like see the desktop UI from inside of.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
So right now I can see you like on the monitor, and I have like floating window with you in front of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't see that. We see like the room around you. But no, the thing that I'm hoping for is having like a VR headset where you're fully immersed in a world and leveraging AI in order to talk to, NPCs and actually have them talk back with a real conversation, or at least real, right? As real as AI can do. But I think it has that kind of potential. But anyway, thank you all for coming to this episode of Fireside Fatty. Madiator, thank you so much for joining me. It's definitely been interesting and intriguing. I learned a lot of things. Um, yeah, I appreciate everyone out there in the Fediverse, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure to share the episode, like, subscribe, just comment, any kind of interact, even downvoting. It spreads the video around to everyone else. But we'll catch you on the next episode of Fireside Fatty. Have a great one all. Bye.
Bye.